And authorities in Seattle are giving up ground to violent extremists who have illegally annexed several blocks of the city. And, as One America's Pearson Sharp explains, the radical left-wing mayor of the city seems content to let the militants simply take over.
As Seattle collapses into anarchy, the city's chief of police admits that officers are no longer able to respond to reports of rapes and robbery in the so-called Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. The chief of police, Carmen Best, says they're getting calls about all kinds of violent acts, and that with their East Precinct occupied by anarchist mobs, response times to emergency calls have more than tripled. She added that many members of the newly annexed zone are members of, quote, marginalized communities, and now must wait longer for help to arrive if there's a violent crime in progress.
I ask you to stand on that line day in and day out, to be pelted with projectiles, to be screamed at, threatened, and in some cases hurt. Then to have a change of course nearly 2 weeks in, it seems like an insult to you and our community. Ultimately, the city had other plans for the building.
Those words won't be much comfort to the people being attacked and raped by the new communist collective springing up in the heart of Seattle. There are also reports of roaming bands of armed thugs demanding extortion money from businesses in the area to remain in operation, what they're calling protection money. As one of the first acts after annexing the new territory, the anarchists established a perimeter around the buildings and fortified it with barriers and armed guards. Those guards are now carefully checking the identities of everyone entering and leaving the area. And instead of taking action, the city of Seattle is enabling the separatists by sending in cleanup crews and installing portable toilets for them. Worse still, there are reports of warlords patrolling the zone and gangs of thugs enforcing the law by attacking anyone who doesn't comply. Yet the radical left mayor of Seattle, Jenny Durkan, has taken the side of these violent insurrectionists, suggesting they could usher in a new summer of love across the city. She added that even though there are clearly guards patrolling with guns, that no one was armed, and dismissed the entire thing as more of a block party.
I don't know. We could have the summer of love. That is more like a block party atmosphere. It's not an armed takeover. It's not a military junta. There is no threat right now to the public.
That goes directly against what her own chief of police just said.
Rapes, robberies, and all sorts of violent acts that have been occurring in the area that we're not able to get to.
So who's right? Does the mayor think her chief of police is just making up these crimes? Durkan seems totally unconcerned with the radical takeover of her city and explained that these neighborhoods have been a haven for free speech, community, and self-expression for decades. She added these militants aren't terrorists, but instead she called them patriots. Perhaps Mayor Durkan would feel differently if her own house had just been annexed by militant extremists. Pearson Sharp, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.